Yeah, no, like, I really would like to listen to you for 20 minutes and hear everything you have to say, but I can't because I have to take this phone call. Friends, Bryan here for The Life of Bryan. I have been recently asked, what are my top strategies for avoiding people? So, you asked for it, here we go. Number one, I mentioned this in the viral video, I like getting my groceries at night or very early in the morning. I like going when no one else is there because I know no one will probably recognize me and talk to me. When we had the pandemic or what was going around the world years ago, I loved going into the grocery store 20 minutes before it closed, wearing my mask because I knew that there'd be less people that would recognize me and I wouldn't have to talk to anybody. Often, if I see a group of people, I'll just turn and go the other way or keep driving. I'll give you an example. Where I live, there is an elementary school near where I live. And one day, I was driving to go down to the post office, and it looked like a teacher had her whole class in the post office from the school, and I was like, nope, not doing it. And I just kept driving. Wasn't expecting anything in the mail anyway. I'll get it tomorrow. So usually, when I see groups of people, stuff like that, I tend to go the other way, or I'll just keep driving or walk a different direction. It is a rainy, wet, miserable winter day, but time to get the job done. You guys already know this. I go to the gym early at ungodly hours. When I go, there's usually nobody there. And when I do go, I always wear headphones. But if there's unusually pesky people that really want to talk, I wear special headphones that are noise canceling. More of an excuse to just not have to hear them.
Sir, excuse me.
Yo, I'm working out over here.
Sir, excuse me. Sir.
Another thing I do, I shop out of town. I shop where I know most people won't know who I am. It's a great little trick. The extra drive is worth it. So if you have to stop at a store or anything, the chances of you knowing somebody is very minimal. Good strategy. Try it sometime. As you've seen in the intro, often sometimes I'll take a pretend phone call. So I remember years ago, a job I had, and this fellow would come in every day. Nice person, but he would come in and he couldn't understand that I was working. So he would be there for an hour or 2 hours every day, same conversation over and over, and I get very frustrated because I don't want to do this. I don't want to have the same conversations over and over. So I had a little message to a friend, a little text saying, need you to call. And they would call and I'd say to them, I'm really sorry, this is really important, I have to take it. Eventually they got the picture. I didn't mean to be rude, but at the same time I wasn't asking them to come in and talk to me for an hour or two every day. It got very frustrating, but it worked like a charm. Oh man, I am so freaking tired. Oh my God. You have to be kidding me. Social media. Okay, I'm going to make some separate videos on this. When I had the viral video saying I avoid people, one of the most common things people would say is, okay, yeah, you avoid people, but you have a YouTube channel. Like, what gives? I explained that in another video. But the reality is, YouTube is, from my perspective, a non-invasive social media app, okay? I also have Twitter, or X. I'm not on it very much lately. I'm still not sure about if I'm going to keep it or not. But one of the ones I hate the most is Facebook. One of the things I hate about Facebook, and maybe Instagram to a lesser degree, is it's invasive on a number of levels. People can see when you're online. Even when I try and shut off that notification so people can't see me, it always seems to go back on again. So no matter where I am, I'm getting ready to go to bed, if it's in the middle of the night, if someone sees that I'm online, they message me. Sometimes you just have to say no, don't go, and that's all there is to it. Sometimes if it's a social function that I really don't want to be at, maybe I'm just sick, or I'll just don't go. I don't want to go. Friends, posting a video on YouTube, just giving you a social commentary or talking about something is one thing, but when you're on different social media apps, you're posting your day-to-day business, your plans, where you're going, what you're doing, you're asking for problems. It's going to feed the local gossip wheel. You're going to have to do more explaining to people, and it's just a nightmare. The less you give people, the better. I've learned to not let people know my personal business, my private business, where I'm going to be, what I'm going to do. The less you give people to gossip about, the better. Okay, I'm going to be straight up with you, to your face, but can you handle the truth? Huh? Can ya? Another thing I'll do, sometimes if it's someone that I know, maybe a friend, an acquaintance, sometimes I'll just tell them straight up, hey, this isn't a good time. I've got stuff going on, or I can't talk right now. Talk to you later. I've even had friendships that, I'll give you a couple of examples. I had one of my best friends growing up. He's in a very bad relationship with a woman who has a lot of problems. And she was starting to try and put her problems into my life with the drama and the BS. And I just told him one day, I said, hey man, we've been friends a long time, but as long as you're with her, I'm not dealing with it. I've done my time with crazy women. Sorry. You know, when you're not with her anymore, if you ever want to call me up sometime, no problem. No hard feelings. It's all good. I've had some other friends who've always had a lot of drama in their lives. So I found kind of being around them very difficult, very stressful. And I just up front tell them, say, hey, you know, sorry, you got a lot going on and it's just not comfortable for me to be around. Sometimes when you tell people to their face, they can say, hey, well, what can I say? He told me to my face. Another one, I haven't tried this yet, but I was talking to a friend of mine. Yes, I avoid people, but I do have a few friends. I hold them very close. It's a very, very, very small, tight circle, my friends. Or no, maybe I should say loose circle. Because maybe I avoid them too. But I said to him, I said, hey, you're like me. You avoid people. What is your top strategy to avoid people? He just said, I'm just disagreeable, man. I'm not pleasant for people. I'll make it purposely not pleasant for people to be around me. And I'll disagree with everything they say all the time. He said, people will leave you alone then. I have not tried that strategy, but I have been thinking about it. So friends, off the top of my head, those are my top strategies for avoiding people. And I implement them fully. What do you guys think? What strategies do you employ to avoid people? Let me know in the comments. And this is Bryan, signing off.